Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to write a scooter review of my electric scooter, which I've had in Chicago for the past 6 months. And I really think I was one of the first people to get it here because even my girlfriend didn't think I could do it in Chicago because it snows so much. I mean, it snowed probably like 3 months, record snowfall this past year. So she thought I would be riding through the snow and that it would be impossible. But fortunately, I got my scooter in mid-February and I want to say I've been riding it for 6 months non-stop every day on my commute. There's never been an issue with the weather except for maybe one day where I couldn't ride it back and I had to walk with an umbrella because of the rain. So I think I definitely don't regret it, and that's actually something that I was worried about, paying for a scooter and then not ever using it. But having said that, it was only $300. I think I got one of the best deals on Amazon. I'll put the link below. Now I want to talk about some of my biggest pros and cons for having a scooter. Now that I've had it for 6 months, I can say easily the biggest pro is just a faster commute. I commute in 5 minutes rather than 15, and I know that's only a 10-minute saving daily each way, and that really adds up. The second biggest thing for me is that it's way cheaper. In Chicago at least, public transit is $2.50 each way no matter where you go, so that's $5 a day, adds up to $100 a month. The third thing that I like about it is the flexibility. There's not really gonna be, I don't think, anything more flexible than scooters in the near future, just because you can ride them on the streets, and then once you hit traffic or you hit a situation on the road that you can't really get through, like construction or something really dramatic, like in Chicago there's definitely a lot of those situations, you can just get off your scooter and walk onto the sidewalk until you're through that area and then just get back on it and get back on the street. And that's what I've done pretty much every single day. And even if I was in a car or in a bike, I mean in a bike it's inconvenient and annoying to get on and off and walking in, and obviously if you're in a car, there's traffic, you can't avoid traffic. Now I would like to get into some of the cons. It's kind of surprising. Weather is not one of them in Chicago. Having said that, what are issues I feel like in a scooter are potholes, especially in Chicago. They're everywhere, so if you don't pay attention, you're gonna definitely wipe out and it's not gonna be pretty. So definitely watch out for potholes. And people are not used to scooters yet, both drivers and scooterers themselves. So a lot of people are not good drivers, and when you combine careless scooterers with cars, there's bound to be a lot of safety issues. The second con is the weight and parking issues of the scooter. So the scooter weighs about 25 pounds and I live on an upper floor, so if I want to park it indoors, which I prefer to do overnight, I have to carry those 25 pounds, and it can be really uncomfortable and it's really awkward to hold unless you fold it, but that's also inconvenient. So I would really recommend, if you have an indoor bike parking or anything like that, that would be really prime. But then again, you have to charge it overnight, so that could also be a challenge. If you have somewhere indoors where you can just not have to carry it up or downstairs and you can also park it, charge it, that really would be optimal. And then my third issue is something that might be more of an issue with my low-end scooter than with most other scooters, which is the battery has degraded kind of quickly. Like I remember I used to get 10 miles per charge. Now it seems that I only get half of that, on top of the indicator, the battery indicator itself being really inaccurate. Like sometimes right after a full charge, I start riding it and it says it has 3 bars, it's 3 out of 4 bars. And then sometimes it has 2 bars and then 1 bar, and then I let it rest for a little bit without charging it. And then when I start riding again, it would go back up to 2 or 3. So that's really annoying. There's no battery accuracy, and it can really fluctuate depending on the weather. If you're riding against the wind, that really cuts the battery life dramatically by, I would say, almost half. And also if you're heavier, like I'm 180 pounds and the limit on that scooter is 220 pounds. So if I have a backpack which weighs 20 to 30 pounds, which is not unusual for me, if I have my laptop, books, other things like that, it can easily get up to 20 or more almost. So I would say just watch out for those things, and if you have those things in mind, you should be fine. Hopefully the rest of the year doesn't prove me wrong in regards to the weather. I'm hoping that it stays dry and not snowy, not super cold. So that's all my thoughts on scootering in Chicago and similar cities that are maybe as densely populated or have similar geography. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of my video, if you liked it, or if you thought I should have answered any other questions. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your time. Later.